Night owls. What's the creepiest thing you heard at night? Story 1. I had heard a loud noise come from the bed of my truck while driving 5 hours north. I thought I may have broken something in the rear end, so I pulled over, to find out a drunk guy had crawled in the back of my truck and fallen asleep. He woke up 5 hours and 450 kilometers away from where he fell asleep. Imagine explaining that to your friends or family. I went out for a drink and woke up in a whole new city. Makes me wonder what kind of party he was at, and if I should avoid or seek out such events. Story 2. Someone tried to open up my front door of my house. Comment. This happened to me a few years ago. In January, I was at a movie theater and got my backpack stolen. It had a spare key to my apartment in it. It also had an old credit card statement with my address. Fast forward to September, and I want to watch the movie Joker. But I'm stuck at work on a Friday night, and it is too late to watch. So I reluctantly go home. It is around 10 p.m., not really night owl times, and I'm watching Dateline on NBC about someone being murdered. I'm not really paying attention to it, but I can hear someone outside walking closer towards my apartment, and they are dragging something heavy. Then I hear the storm door open, so now I'm confused, but I assume it must be my landlord. But what does he want at 10 p.m.? I expect a knock on the door, but I don't hear a knock. Instead, I hear a key insert into the lock and the doorknob turn. Fortunately, I had my landlord replace the key 2 days after my backpack was stolen. The key didn't work, and I heard them quickly run away after they discovered it was the wrong key or wrong door. What that is mad creepy. Pro tip: always change your locks, folks. Also, maybe don't keep your spare key and address in the same place. Story 3. The gunshot of the neighbor upstairs committing suicide. That's traumatizing. Guys, you feel like suicidal or depressed, talk to someone about it. Story 4. Used to live on the ground floor. At 2 a.m., some random crackhead knocked on my window and asked if I had 50 cents for a lighter. It should have been creepy, but I found the situation so absurd that I just laughed, gave him the 50 cents, and he was on his way. That's kind of you, but you are brave. I wouldn't even open my curtains, much less my window at night. Story 5. Not a night owl, but in my early 20s, I would hear a dragging sound just below my bedroom window between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Only on Sunday nights, but for weeks. It would wake me up, and at first I thought I was dreaming as no sound would be heard. But as soon I doze off, the sound would be heard again. If I get out of bed, turn the lights and look outside, I would see nothing. After a few weeks, I resisted sleep and nothing happened. But as soon I would turn the light and sleep, the sound would wake me up. Eventually, I would let myself go to sleep, but be more alert. Keep the window not completely shut, so that I can turn the backyard lights and peek through it faster. That was the plan for Sunday nights. I was prepared to try to catch the origin of the sound. It happens, I get up. As I turn the lights to look, I heard steps running away, but small and fast steps. This happened for a few weeks, only on Sunday nights. I talked with friends, girlfriend. Everyone thought I was joking. I was starting to believe something was wrong with my head. Every week, I would start with a bad night's sleep. Until one Monday morning, I realized that my faithful and loving dog, a Rottweiler, had his kennel door wide open. My mom started letting him roam the backyard at night, but only on Sundays. And without my knowledge, he would come sleep under my bedroom window. The dragging sound was him snoring, and the small feet sound was him checking out why did the backyard lights did go off. I never had a problem sleeping with him there. I still miss him to this day. Dogs, man. They're the best. Here you were, thinking it was something spooky or paranormal, and it turned out to be your loyal Rottweiler, just making sure you were safe. In my opinion, doggy haunting is the best type of haunting. Story 6. My then girlfriend and I were doing our thing in the middle of the night when we heard a woman scream outside. I went out and walked around but didn't see or hear anything else. In the morning, we found out that a woman had been sexually assaulted near our apartment. This was about 15 years ago, but I still think about it. I wish I could have helped her. I wish you could have helped as well. I hope they found the perpetrator, as no female deserves to go through that. Why is rope even a thing? Sometimes, no matter how much we wish we could change things, all we can do is learn and hope to be there the next time someone needs help. Story 7. I was lying in my bed, reading. Suddenly I hear loud footsteps right outside the window. Sounded like someone was wearing heavy boots and basically thumping their feet and past my windows. Here's the thing. I live on the 9th floor, top floor of my building. The terrace can't be accessed in the night, and on the rare occasion that people do walk there at night, it sounds quite different. There's no place to walk outside my window because it's a 9-floor drop. And that sound definitely came from beside me, not above. When ghosts get tired of haunting the ground floor, ha ha ha. But for real ID, be terrified, this is the kind of thing that would make me question my sanity. Like, do I call a ghostbuster or just move out immediately? Either way, it sounds like you might have a ghost who likes to take midnight strolls. Story 8. Just the other day, I heard a strange scraping noise on the wall from the hallway. It sounded like someone scraping their hand across it. I know for a fact that I locked up, so I casually walk out the room to see what it is. Then there's a loud as fuck scrape, and something swings out from the corner at my arm. After I finish climbing back into my skin, I see that it was just one of the decorative garlands we'd hung up. It had come loose and scraped across the wall, then came loose some more and swung out to greet me at the perfect/not perfect time. Decorations always have the best sense of timing for a good scare. Like, oh, you're nice and relaxed? Let me just drop in and remind you to fix me, human. At least it wasn't something genuinely creepy, right? Story 9. One time I couldn't sleep, so I decided to go for a walk at about 2 in the morning. At one point I hear footsteps following me, turn around and I see nothing. Then I hear them again accompanied by what sounds like a growl and raspy breath. It sounded just like a zombie from The Walking Dead. I turn around and still see nothing. But then I look down and there's a pug who somehow got out of its house and went on an adventure. She had her address on her collar, so I got her safely to her home. She was sweet. Imagine thinking you're about to have a run-in with the undead, only to find the cutest little pug ready for her own midnight escapade. Talk about a plot twist. That pug probably thought you were her hero for the night. Story 10. After a night out at the bars, some friends came back to my place to hang out. I got home first and went into the dark house, where I had to walk into the living room to switch on a light. While I was struggling to turn the little knob on the lamp in the pitch dark, from the corner of the room came this low, slow, wet mixture between a hack and an evil, evil laugh. Like every evil character I've ever seen doing the evil laugh combined didn't compare to the bone-chilling, slow, guttural laugh that came from the absolutely dark corner of the room. Bitch, I broke the screen door off my front door, running out of that house, and just screaming like a banshee to my friends walking up to the house. I screamed, "There's someone in the house!" over and over, and didn't understand why we all weren't running at that point. But I have a couple buddies who for some bizarre reason like to run to danger rather than from it. Well, long story in Reddit terms short, if I thought the monster in the corner was laughing hard when I ran out, you can imagine how hard he was laughing when my buddies run in with us behind them and click on the light in one try. And I live there. And find our friend Steve rolling on the floor holding his belly from the pain. He'd somehow got ahead of us all, then shimmied the sliding glass door open. I no dowel in the track. And then hid in the corner. It was just my good luck to be the first person inside to get to experience the sheer terror of a menacing laugh coming from a dark corner 5 feet away. That's the creepiest sound I've heard in the dark. This is why you can't trust your friends with anything. Steve is the kind of friend who gives you heart attacks for fun, and you kind of hate him for it, but also know you'll laugh about this for years. Just maybe make sure the doors are locked tighter next time. Story 11. I was reading a book on my couch. The edge of my couch is right by my front door. So about a foot away from my head, I hear nails scratching along the door outside. And then there came this weird knocking, and I said hello, and the person on the other side, in a really high-pitched voice that was kind of quavery, said hello, hello, hello. It ended up being a drunk neighbor who had got fall-down drunk, peed his pants, and couldn't find his way home, and I didn't know that though really scared me those first few minutes. Imagine sitting there, minding your own business, and suddenly it's like a scene from a horror movie right in your living room. Hopefully, he found his way home without too much more trouble, but those first few minutes must have felt like a lifetime.